It's been a crazy week in the studio, and if you see this video before Saturday, that'll give you a full scope of what my week has been like as I prepare to travel. I leave on Sunday. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. This is going to be our Sack Saturday video. As I was looking for papers to use for the Tag Tuesday, I came up with this thing that I hadn't done a pocket letter to go with the Sound of Autumn, and I don't want to use up all the Sounds of Autumn on tags and not have papers for a pocket letter. So I went digging for background papers for the tags, and I found this in my 6x6. It's the Sound of Autumn 6x6 background papers. Woohoo! Now there are some things in here, and I will incorporate them into the letter. But these bigger ones can be cut down to fit in the pockets. I have more quotes and sayings, smaller things that could be tucks. These are the trims from the background paper on this. So I have all kinds of stuff to work with, and I'm trying not to confuse myself. That in itself could be a challenge. So before I do anything else, for the pocket letter, I'm going to move this aside. And I have this tub that I've started putting all the quotes and stuff in. And I have the one that has background pieces in. So I'm going to set those up there, and that's what we're going to do first. We may not get to all of the pocket letter today, and I'm okay with that. I'm trying to make sure that there are videos up before I leave. So I'm going to scoot these off to the side. So I can get this up in frame, and I'm going to start by cutting out all of those. There were 2 sheets of these, 2 of each of these in that 6x6. So I'm going to use those first and get them all cut apart. So they're over here in the backgrounds and words trays. These I'm going to set aside. I'm not going to put them in backgrounds. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on the pocket letter. I hope to get it done. And by the time you see this, I will be trying to get ready and everything else finished and out of here so that I can leave. I'm leaving here on Sunday, which is tomorrow. And my first stop on my trip is at Big Mama's house in Independence, Kansas. I'm so looking forward to spending a couple of days with her when it's just the 2 of us and we can talk and we can craft, and it'll be fun. And then I was supposed to go to my sister-in-law's rather, but her special needs daughter has shingles. So we have vetoed me going there. I spoke to a nurse friend of mine, and she says, if you've not had the chicken pox, that means the virus is dormant in me and I should not go anywhere near my niece. So I'm not going to Oklahoma. What I think I may do is take a couple of days. I have some hotel nights racked up. I may just take a couple of nights in Eureka Springs to work on my book. I have book 2 nearly rough drafted out. It'll still have to go through some edits. But I have almost 60,000 words on that book, and I'm a lot more than I thought I had. But now it's time to sit down with my buffering of an outline and see where the scenes that I've written need to go and start piecemealing everything together. I call myself a quilter because I write my scenes. I don't write my scenes in chronological order. But I know what needs to happen where. And then when I get my scenes written, I go back and I quilt everything together. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. Now I know I'm going to want to use one of these in the tags. So don't let me forget and use it by mistake. Use both of them in the pocket letter. I'm counting on you to help me. Also, I'm going to be recording the pocket letter next, the tags next, and I had one person comment and give me their suggestion of whether my tags should all be the same size or they should be different sizes. And Christina from Kilburn's Creations said different sizes. So, different sizes it will be. Now, we had a couple of big ones picked out, and I decided not to use those great big ones. Instead, those are going to be perfect size for me to chop up for the pocket letter. So that's what I did. Or I'm going to do while we cut this because I'm not recording them in order. I told you it's going to be crazy. Okay, pocket letters are 2.5 by 3.5. So I know, let's see, we got a word one here that doesn't belong over here. We got pictures. Just like that. So I pulled these off of the tags that were in there. And I'm going to see if I can fit this puppy dog into one all by himself. I think he'd be cute down the bottom corner. So I have to see if I can cut this at 3.5 and not clip off his nose. Perfect. So we're going to cut him at 3.5. And then we have Scrap. And then he needs to go to 2.5. So I may have to, I really want to leave this border over here. So I'm going to go to 2.5. Nope, I'm going to have to lose a little bit of that border so we can get all of his little face in there. Just like that. And then we can come back and flip this around to 2.5 and trim him down just enough. We have one card for our pocket letter. This one is huge. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this one. Let's start by, if we do that, we're going to lose a lot of that. Let's trim this. Let's not use this one. Let's not use that one. I don't want to use it and lose it. Let's try this one. Now this one has to be 3.5. It is. It's a typical journal card. But I'm going to take and trim just a hair off of that brown. And then come back and trim it so that they are the same size, top and bottom. Just like that. And then, how do we get the 2.5? Well, we go like this and we see how much of that we can get. We get quite a bit. I'm going to scoot over just a hair. And then we have that one. And then we turn this around and see if we lose, see if we get just in there just enough. That I wanted to keep some of those flowers, so there's 2. This little hedgehog is so cute. Let's scoot him off right at 2.5. Just like that. That was one we were going to cut down for a tag, but I think I like this better. So there's 3. This one we'll put in our scraps. This one is really plain, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it because let's make sure we've got 3.5 here first. Oh, we got plenty. 2.5. How is that? Trying to figure out how that acorn is going. I think we need to go this way and do this one at 2.5. And then do this one at 3.5. And there's our trim. And there's one of those. And see, we can take and put one of those quotes or something in this one and decorate that up. This one I'm going to hang on to. This one, I think one of the, yeah, these had the months. So I think I'm going to pull the months out of here. Must have missed one somewhere this morning. There's October. And I know November was in here. Did I lose him somewhere? Or tuck him into some place where he didn't belong? That's always possible. Because I know November's in here somewhere. I saw him this morning. Now see, these are some of those that might work. I'm going to hold those aside. But what did I do with November this morning? Okay, those are just the oval ones. Because I had one of those months in each one of these packages. And I had November in my hand this morning, and I didn't think I had separated it out. But we'll do a quick check here through our tags. Don't see it there. There is September and October, and November's got to be here somewhere because I had it this morning. I had it this morning. There's more of those doggies. There it is. There it is. Tucked him in behind the box. There we go. Okay, so we have those. I thought about using this wheel, but I think I still want to reserve it for a tag. And let's go ahead and check this one. 2.5 by 3.5. We can make that one work. This one almost brings me a Christmas vibe. I'm not sure I want to do this one. And we have the hedgehog already. So let's reserve them for tags. And what I was thinking is, I have 3 diagonal to start with September, October, November, but I don't think they're going to fit. Because even if I trim them down, let's see if I can mess this one up, shall we? Let's see, that one's really close. And it has to be really close. And of course, I'm going to have to trim the other ones down to match, even if I don't use them for this. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. So there's one. And see, it would fit on the bottom of one of these other colors. So we can do that. So let's trim this one down. I have so much trouble with getting a hold of stuff with my fingertips. It's nuts. Now I'm going to be leaving these sit on the computer this week, and I'm going to try uploading as many of them as I can while I'm away from home, because somebody's going to have faster internet than I do. It's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and we have these tags there. Now you won't see this background, okay? But I have October, November, and see, this is what I was thinking of doing this. But then I'd have to put papers behind them that blend from this. So like, if I didn't want to use the dog on the front, I could flip it over and do that. But I want to use that dog, and we decided he was going down there. And I think the hedgehog's going to go up here. And what do we do with the pumpkins? They are so pretty. So see, we've got to find at least 2 more and then something to put behind these. Now what if we did those? Since this is a background paper, I kept the strips so that I could bring them into the front and bring the very back paper into the front. I think I like that. I think I like that. We just need something here and here. Something with one of the quotes would be good. What have we got? Oh, we've got these papers too that we could use. These 2. But we need some quotes in here. Oh, here's what we could do. No, not there. Sounds of Fall. That could look really cool on there. So I'm going to lay that one like that. I like that because it's wider. Among All Leaves of Autumn. That could fit nicely there with those leaves. And I could fussy cut in behind those, but then we'd lose the wording. So let's not do that. We've got that one. We have Sound of Fall in words. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. I just realized they've got him standing on his head. He's not going to work there. He's not going to work. Oops. We could maybe cut that one down. Okay, so there's those. There's those. Okay, we know we can't use him. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck these in here out of the way. I'm not going to glue anything into place yet. And then if you come back on next Friday, I'm going to try and have a final flip through of these before we start on our 31 Days of Halloween. And it's all going to be tags. I have been pulling stuff to use for tags. Different things I'm going to have. We're going to have Sack Saturday with stuff that I purchased from Spectrum Art Creations. We're going to have Timmy Tuesday, where we do tags using all Timmy products on Timmy Tuesday. Okay, those we know we have. Okay, so then, because I didn't want to lose those as I'm sliding the paper trimmer around. Let me see if there's something else in here we can use that's a little wider. Not that, not the wagon wheels. Those could work. That could work. We have the dog. Okay. Okay. Still would really like to use this one. Let's see what happens when we cut it down. But I keep telling myself, no. See, if we cut that down, we're going to lose part of this. We're going to lose November. Yeah, I don't want to use that one. Let's put that into I don't want to use. Okay, so can I get 2.5 out of here since I cut that down? No. But can I get 3.5? Yes. So let's take and trim this down to the 3.5. We are not that far off of the 2.5 that I think we can make it work. Especially if we run something down that corner. So there's that one. This one will go to 3.5. We go this one to 2.5. So there's that one. And I thought about one of these too. I really love that. But I think I want to leave those for tags. Just the way they are. Okay, so we have 3 of those. Technically we have 4. Let me trim this one off. I don't want to take it off this side. Yeah. And yeah, it's going to have the words running sideways, so let's do this. Let's do this. And see, this has that zigzaggedy print on it like it was stitched, and we could always come back in with our stitch stamp and do that. So, for now we can pull these back out, and these will go right there. The ones I have to piece, I'm going to pull them out. And this one's going to come. That one's going to need trimmed off, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that with the scissors. And hope I don't mess it up. Let's do this. Okay. I just love working with some of these companies that Madi has introduced me to. Working with Stemperia and working with Ciao and 49 in Market. It's been an experience. Okay, let's slide this one in, just like this. And then this is going to cover that. And I will come back later and glue everything in. Right now I just want to get everything positioned. I know that'll slide underneath there, but it's fighting me. There we go. And then Sounds of Autumn will have to come off. Okay. That'll work. And then let's tag this one in here. I know I've got it out of camera, but I'm fighting with it to get it to do what I want it to do. And I won. Okay, then we had September was going in up here to do this one. And then this one. Get in here. That's much easier with the top load. Okay, now we have these three left. I really like this one up here. And among all the leaves of autumn, you can recognize the one that instead of falling, tried to fly. I like that. Autumn is the second spring when every leaf is a flower. I think that one will mash right in there really nice with that one. And then we have this one. Okay, we had that one in there already. So let's do this one. And it just needs a small sentiment or picture or... Okay. So let's see where we're at. And let me check time. We may have to cut this one short. But we're getting there. Oh yeah, we're at 22 minutes. It's going to take forever for this one to upload. But it's been a fun working. Not sure I like that one. It's really light. Maybe, let's pull that one out. So if you want to see how this completely comes together, complete with border trim, come back on hopefully Friday, because I'm going to try and do a flip through of everything we finished up for the month of September before I start with the month of October and our 31 days of Halloween tags. So that's going to do it for me in the studio today. I will see you back here. I'm not sure. If you do not have another video after this one or after the Friday flip through, I will see you back here on October 1st for our very first tags of 31 days of Halloween. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. As always, please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and creative blessings.